Hey guys, Xaryu here, and today 8.0 is out on live servers. What does that mean? BFA pre-patch is in, Legion is over, and that means the last day of the arena season was last night. So I'm going to hop into some games talking about kind of my last night pushes. These were all done on stream, and I ended up getting 2 rank 1 titles, 1 on each of my mages, and then I got Gladiator on the Priest. So this is the final game for Gladiator, my Priest. I actually played it last night on stream, so pressure was on. Pressure is on. We didn't want to lose. I think I was 2640 or something and wanted to push up to 2650. So we were here and we queued up against an RMP. Here I'm playing jungle. A lot of my games up to Gladiator I actually played Prot Feral, but here we were playing jungle. So right in the opener, Mage is casting Polymorph on my Hunter. I dispel it and I get Cheap Shot, and I was casting Polymorph, I think, onto me, and they want to do a setup, right? RMP, if you guys watch this channel, you guys know exactly how it's supposed to set up. It's going to get double or triple stuns, control, fear, polymorph, burst, right? That's what they're aiming for, and we are trying to stop that and then get counter pressure on the enemy team's mage. Mage human trinkets right away in the opener. He's casting that polymorph, and Boom Surge did a great job of kicking that mage to interrupt that polymorph. I was stunned. I couldn't stop it, right? They did a great job of keeping me out of CC as a team. Now, I know that the enemy team didn't get CC. Mage is locked in Arcane. Priest is too far. That means Rogue probably wants to blind me. So what do? I throw out the Death and Death the Blind. Of course, it's not going to be a Zary's video without Death and a Blind, alright? And on the final game for Gladiator, too. So there it is, now meeting the full polymorph, but it's not too bad because we have a lot of counter pressure as well, and Mage goes into his first ice block, boom, throw out that massive spell, throw out the shield onto the Hunter. I actually broke that Wyvern, but that didn't matter because the trap landed anyway. I was like, oh my goodness, I meant to do that on the Rogue, or the Mage, of course, but not the Priest. Keep that offensive pressure rolling. There's that full kidney shot. I pain suppress this one. I like to pain suppress when I can get value out of pain suppress, and that means when I'm in a stun. If I'm going to pain suppression, I can't do it while I'm blinded, feared, polymorphed, but I can pain suppression while stunned. This is a perfect time to get value out of pain suppression, so we're going to throw it out now instead of later to keep my Hunter offensive, to keep my Hunter alive, and then to actually get value out of that spell that sometimes it's hard to get value out of. There's the full Ring of Frost coming out. Hunter displaces, kind of running away, kiting. My Feral's in trouble. He pops a wall. Going to throw out some shields and kind of run away here, throwing out Rapture as well, just keeping my team offensive because it is the Icy Veins from the Frost Mage as well, getting some damage out onto the Rogue, throwing out those Purge the Wicked, throwing out some more shields, trying to run in for a fear here, but doesn't look like I can quite get it. Here's another full kidney shot coming out. My Feral is getting a little bit low. Keep in mind I did Death Up Blind, so I do have the opportunity to trinket if I did want. And I don't have to save the trinket for blind anymore because this will be a short game, I would think. Mage goes into his second ice block and the pain suppression overlap. Mage comes out. My Hunter's getting very low. He probably has to go into that deterrence if the enemy team connects. Whole enemy team has no trinkets, no ice block, no pain suppression. You know what that means. One more CC chain, one more trap into a fear, or one more just trap without a fear even, and the Mage should go down. Throwing out the shields now onto Boom Surge. I think I willed a fear there, so now I don't have trinket up for 8 more seconds. The orbs coming in, tons of damage coming onto my Feral, but my Feral and my Hunter finally getting connected to that Mage. Full fear coming out on the enemy Priest, and the Mage finally goes down. So this was the game for Gladiator on Zary's. I'm pretty happy with it. Shout out to Boom Surge and SSDS for playing with his Zary's to get that final game. It was like the rating for Gladiator went up so high, you know, I was like 2740, and I was like, oh, that's for sure safe, and all of a sudden it just skyrocketed, so I ended up getting 2750 something, and that should be good to go. And then also shout out to Taliesin and Beanslayer X for actually queuing Prot Feral with me up to 2740 to get there in the first place. But now we're going to hop into the final game for rank 1 on one of my mages. Alright guys, this is I Love Julia's rank 1 game, playing with Born Goods rank 1 game, and this is one of Oz's alts. So we're playing Ellie Arcane Holy Pally, just as you guys have seen here on the channel. And let me set the scene just a little bit, okay, because this was pretty freaking epic. It's 6:30 a.m. in the morning, alright? Servers go down at 7, okay? Born Good and I are both 1 win away from rank 1. Alright, 1 win away from rank 1. I think we're both around 3012. I think he was 3016. And rank 1 was going to be about 3016 or something like that. So we were both right on the cusp. We needed 1 more win to get into that rank 1 range. 6:30 a.m. servers go down at 7. Okay, that's the situation. And I'm live streaming, and there's about 2,000 people watching us. Whew, nerves are on. We start the game. We get a feral, boomy, holy paladin. Going into it, trying to just do a normal strat, right? We're going to get CC, they're going to throw out a Hajj, and then do some big bursts. That's kind of what we're aiming for right here. Throw out that temp shield since Born Good is in that root beam. Throw out the mass invisibility, so it's harder for him to follow that temp shield. I'm just popping right now onto the Feral with that full polymorph. Feral uses that wall, but we just decided to do a ton of damage into it. And, you know, it's funny. So let me just be straight up transparent with you guys. When the Feral melded right here, I thought we won. And I was like, yeah! And then, look at him. 1% life. He actually got the sack off and then melded. And I was like, oh, crap, we didn't win. The game's still going on. So I was like, okay, focus up. Another big go or two. You know, that was their sack. I think Pally's playing melee wings. That was their sack. We can still win. Right, I still have my ice block. We still have a lot of defensive cooldowns if we need. Pally has sack if needed as well. So I go ahead and throw out that ice block right there. There's the incarnation coming out from Feral Druid at 22 seconds left. So this is actually a pretty scary game. I throw out the lock onto that cyclone right there. So we want to try to get some cross onto the Pally and then Hodge that Feral. And that's kind of our burst window, right? So here it is. Lock on the Boomy. Polymorph onto the Paladin. And now the Feral should take a lot of damage now that we have that nice cross CC set up. Feral 60% life, 50% life. Trying to go for a repolymorph. I do get it. There's the War Stomp. Ton of damage connecting. Pally out of sacks. Finally goes down. There it is. It was actually a pretty quick game. I shouldn't say finally, but there it is. This was a very, very nice moment, all right, to say the least. Servers were about to go down. If we lost this game, there was a good chance we wouldn't have enough time to get back up. So it's either like we win this and get rank 1, or we lose this and get Gladiator. You know, it's like right on the cusp. By the way, guys, if you don't know what rank 1 and Gladiator the difference is, if you're like, what's the difference between the two? Rank 1 is top 0.1% of players, and Gladiator is top 0.5% of players. So 5 times easier. Rank 1's 5 times harder. But this was the damage breakdown from this matchup. This put us right over the cusp, so we should be all good for that safe rank 1 on both the mages. And this, guys, is the final game for rank 1 on my main mage. All right, we're playing the same composition. It's always his map, Black Rock Hold Arena. Ellie, Paladin, Holy Paladin, and Arcane Mage. This was the last game for rank 1 on Xaryu. So we're just going through it all. All right, we have a ton more footage if you guys want to see some more offline footage, some more stream footage of the rank 1 pushes. But these are just the final games. Thought it would be nice to get that out there since 8.0 is now out. But anyway, we're fighting a Demonology Warlock, a Restoration Druid, and a Frost Death Knight, alright? Frost Death Knight is kind of our target choice. We almost kill him in the opener. So I actually throw out that Blood Elf Silence, like I've talked about a lot, actually. Throw out that Blood Elf Silence to try to kill the DK without him being able to use any defensive cooldowns, or maybe Beta Trinket defensive cooldown instead of just that defensive cooldown. But he actually lives about 10% life, does get that AMS off, does get the skin and the hot. So it looks like he's going to be okay for now. And that was our pop, right? Our Arcane Power, Presence of Mind, tons of damage. And now it's their turn to do some damage. DK has Pillar of Frost up. It's a little scary, but my Ellie Shaman Oz is destroying them with the Stormkeeper Chain Lightning, so they're still under some siege. They are throwing out that Vortex, the Fellor, trying to get some counter pressure, and my Paladin just has the wings up, pops the sack, and looks like we're going to be totally A-okay. I should note, in this matchup, we are playing Kleptomania, which means I can spell steal all of the hots from the Druid, so once we do a go, some type of, like, for example, right here, we did a go where we Hammer of Justice the Druid, I press Klepto, and now the DK has no hots. DK the Resto Druid Trinketed, threw up that Life Bloom. Now the DK has some more hots, and that's kind of our goes. Actually, we could still kill since he's 37% life, but normally that would mean our go is over. But the Resto Druid has no skin, he has no Cenarion, DK only has 1 hot, and if we get any follow-ups, you see this guy's pretty much dead. I think he still might have Icebound, but that Blood Elf Silence comes out, just like I was talking about earlier, and he does go down. So we can have very fast games as Ellie Arcane, and one of the things that we actually learned as we played more and more of this composition is that when we play very aggro and we just go in, pop cooldowns, play very aggressive on the enemy team, we do very well. But when we're just trying to sit back and turtle with the Holy Paladin variation of this composition, we actually don't do quite as well. So I'm very glad we played offensive in this game. It was our final game. We got the Blood Elf Silence, got every cooldown. We got another big go with Kleptomania, and we ended up just killing the Frost DK. Here's the damage breakdown. This put me and our team, Oz and Born, into rank 1 range on our main characters. So that will be that. That is the end of the season. Guys, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a big thumbs up. If you did not enjoy the video, make sure to thumbs the video down. Talk to me in the comments about what you guys want to see for next time. And 8.0 content, there should be a ton of stuff to cover as far as Shadow Priest changes, Disc Priest changes, Sub-Rogue changes, Frost Mage changes, Arcane Mage changes. Those are all the things that I play, all the things that I want to start playing when BFA comes out as well. So I have a ton of videos to make on that. Let me know what exactly you guys want to see in 8.0 down below in the comments, or if you guys want to see some more end of season pushes from the offline and on-stream 3K games. Guys, don't forget to subscribe. Tons of awesome stuff happening around here, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.